Have you ever wondered where our Christmas traditions come from? The roots of Christmas are as deep and wide as an ancient yew tree, with branches that stretch back through the centuries, reaching into various cultures and traditions. Our journey begins in the heart of winter, when early European pagans celebrated the winter solstice. As the shortest day and longest night of the year, the solstice was a time to celebrate the promise of brighter days to come. Feasts were held, animals were sacrificed, and people would decorate their homes with evergreen boughs to ward off evil spirits and illness. Enter the Romans, who held their own December festival, Saturnalia, to honor Saturn, the god of agriculture. Much like our modern Christmas, Saturnalia was a time of merrymaking, gift-giving, and even role reversals, where slaves were served by their masters. As Christianity spread across Europe, the early church sought to replace these pagan rituals with Christian ones, and so the birth of Jesus Christ began to be celebrated. This new holiday was called Christmas, derived from the Old English Christmaes, meaning Christ's Mass. But here's where things get a little controversial. You see, the Bible doesn't mention the exact date of Jesus' birth. Some scholars even believe that Jesus was born in the spring, not the winter. So why do we celebrate on December 25th? Well, it's thought that the church chose this date to coincide with the existing pagan festivals, thereby making it easier to convince pagans to adopt the new Christian holiday. Thus, Christmas was born, a fusion of pagan, Roman, and Christian traditions. It was a time of celebration and reflection, a beacon of hope and joy in the heart of winter. But our story doesn't end there. The Christmas we know today, with its twinkling lights, decorated trees, and jolly fat man in a red suit, is a far cry from its humble beginnings. As you can see, Christmas has a rich and complex history, but how did it evolve into the holiday we know today? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the evolution of Christmas in our next scene. Christmas, as we know it today, is a blend of customs from different cultures and eras. Our modern Christmas celebrations owe a lot to the Victorians. It was during the Victorian era, in the mid-19th century, that many of the elements we associate with Christmas today were popularized. One of the most iconic symbols of Christmas, the Christmas tree, was popularized by Queen Victoria and her German husband, Prince Albert. They set up a decorated tree in Windsor Castle, and the tradition quickly spread across Britain and then the rest of the world. And those Christmas cards you send out every year? You can thank the Victorians for those too. The first commercial Christmas cards were commissioned by Sir Henry Cole in London in 1843. The idea caught on, and soon people across the country were sending holiday greetings to friends and family. Now, let's talk about the jolly man in the red suit. Santa Claus, as we know him, is a relatively modern invention. His story begins with Saint Nicholas, a 4th century bishop known for his generosity. Over the centuries, the legends of Saint Nicholas merged with other cultural traditions. In the Netherlands, for example, children celebrate the Feast of Sinterklaas, a figure who shares many characteristics with Saint Nicholas. When Dutch settlers emigrated to America, they brought Sinterklaas with them, and he eventually evolved into Santa Claus. The image of Santa Claus as a jolly, rotund man with a white beard was popularized in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, thanks to artists like Thomas Nast and Haddon Sundblom, whose work for Coca-Cola helped shape our modern image of Santa. So we've seen how Christmas has evolved over time, blending traditions from different cultures and eras to create the festive holiday we know today. But there's more to the story. Next, we'll delve into the traditions we all know and love. Are they as timeless as we think, or have they too evolved over the years? So we've seen how Christmas has evolved over time, but what about the traditions we all know and love? From the twinkling lights to the festive food, each Christmas tradition has a story behind it. Let's start with the Christmas tree. This tradition dates back to Germany in the 16th century. It began with devout Christians who decorated evergreen trees in their homes. Some built Christmas pyramids of wood and adorned them with evergreens and candles. Over time, the custom spread throughout the world, with each culture adding its own touch, like popcorn strings in America or spiderweb ornaments in Ukraine. Now, think about the stockings hung by the fireplace. This custom is linked to Saint Nicholas, a rich man turned bishop, known for his generosity. Legend has it that he dropped bags of gold down a chimney, which landed in stockings drying by the fire. Today, children worldwide hang stockings, eagerly awaiting small gifts and sweets. And who could forget the joyous carols sung during the season? These began as an old English custom called wassailing, toasting to neighbors' good health. Today, carols have become an integral part of the holiday season, fostering a sense of community and shared celebration. The festive food and drinks also have a rich history. Take mince pies, for example, a British tradition that began in the 13th century. Originally filled with meat, as the name implies, over centuries, the recipe changed, and today's version is a sweet treat filled with dried fruits and spices. And the turkey? It became popular in England in the 16th century and has since become a Christmas staple in many parts of the world. Let's not forget the warming mulled wine, a tradition that dates back to the Romans, who would heat wine to defend against the cold winter. Today, it's a festive favorite, often spiced with cinnamon, cloves, and orange. These traditions and many more bring a sense of magic and nostalgia to the holiday season. They connect us to our past and to each other, making Christmas more than just a day on the calendar. These traditions make Christmas a truly magical time of year, but how is Christmas celebrated around the world? Christmas is celebrated in countless ways around the globe, each with its unique customs and traditions. So let's embark on a virtual journey to experience the festive fervor in different corners of the world. In the heart of Europe, France, the celebration of Christmas, or Noel, is marked by a sumptuous feast known as Réveillon. The name Réveillon comes from the French word réveil, meaning waking. This name is fitting because participants are up all night indulging in an extravagant spread of delicacies, symbolizing abundance and joy. The feast embodies the French love for food and their knack for celebrations, wrapped up in the spirit of Christmas. Now let's head north to Sweden, where a peculiar tradition captures our attention. The Gavle goat, a massive straw goat erected in the city of Gavle, stands as a unique symbol of the Yuletide season. Every year, this awe-inspiring effigy is built, echoing the country's agrarian past and their love for artistry. However, the goat has often been a target for mischievous arsonists, adding a twist to the tradition. Despite the odds, the Gavle goat continues to represent the resilience and festive spirit of the Swedes. Crossing the Atlantic to Latin America, specifically Venezuela, we find a unique blend of faith and festivity. In the capital city of Caracas, a charming tradition known as roller skating to Mass takes place. From December 16th to 24th, streets are closed off to vehicles in the early morning, and residents roller skate to the early morning Mass. This tradition reflects the Venezuelans' vibrant culture and their knack for infusing joy into religious observances. From feasts to straw goats and roller skating processions, these traditions reflect the unique ways Christmas is woven into the cultural fabric of different societies. They echo the diversity of human culture, history, and the universal love for celebrations. As we've seen, Christmas is a global celebration with a myriad of customs. But what is the true spirit of Christmas? The answer, perhaps, lies in the shared feelings of joy, togetherness, and love that transcend borders and cultures. Beyond the glitz and glamour, the true spirit of Christmas lies in its values. As we peel back the layers of tinsel, the twinkling lights, and the beautifully wrapped presents, we find the heart of Christmas beating with love, peace, and goodwill towards all. Love, the cornerstone of Christmas, is more than just romantic affection. It's the warmth that fills our hearts as we gather with loved ones, cherishing the moments of togetherness. It's the kindness we extend to strangers, opening our hearts to those who may need a helping hand or a word of comfort. In the spirit of Christmas, love knows no boundaries. Peace, another vital essence of Christmas, is not merely the absence of conflict. It's the tranquility that descends when we take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the world around us, the serenity we feel as we let go of the year's stresses and anxieties. Peace is the gentle whisper of the winter wind, reminding us to slow down, breathe, and simply be. Goodwill, the third pillar of Christmas spirit, is the generosity that prompts us to give without expecting anything in return. It's the joy we feel as we exchange gifts, not for the material possessions they represent, but for the sentiment behind them. Goodwill is the spark that encourages us to spread joy and kindness, to extend a hand of friendship to those around us. And let's not forget the importance of giving and spending time with loved ones, the core elements that truly embody the spirit of Christmas. The act of giving, whether it's a simple handmade gift or a grand gesture, signifies our willingness to put others before ourselves, and spending quality time with our loved ones, sharing laughter and creating memories, is the most precious gift of all. So whether you're celebrating with a feast or simply enjoying the company of loved ones, remember, the true spirit of Christmas is all about love, peace, and goodwill. And it's this spirit, this essence of Christmas, that makes this season the most wonderful time of the year. We hope you enjoy our video, and if you want to know more interesting facts on more different topics, then please show us some love with a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.